Oh, it's funny. You finna walk away. Oh, you finna walk away. You ain't got nothing to say now.
Like it's not.
You ain't got nothing to say. Stop doing this. Stop walking. Stop running. Stop trying me. Stop doing this goofy stuff. I'm pregnant. I'm finna forget you.
All right, CO, start the show.
What up? It's the CO Show Podcast. I am your host, CO, and today is Monday. I'm sitting here with two lovely people. How you doing, DJ?
Shit, I'm lovely. Woo.
I'm doing amazing. Kind of sore because, I worked out hard yesterday.
Gigi's back in the gym for 2022.
I got a month to my birthday, y'all.
Didn't you just post from Burger King yesterday?
All right.
I'm just bullshitting.
See?
All right, Julio, how you doing, bro?
Oh, I'm doing great. Just took a long-ass road trip, but,
Where y'all
great.
go to?
Unfortunately. No. My wife's aunt passed away.
Oh, no.
So that's why I say the unfortunate part.
Okay.
But
about
it was a
that.
good occasion. They family makes you see what family's supposed to be.
Oh, I love that.
And it gives me hope because I come from a small family. So it was lovely being around all these people and
Where's
all
she
the
from?
loves. She is born in Kentucky, but she's a military brat.
Oh.
So she's lived in
Everywhere.
She's lived in Virginia, Germany twice.
What was your road trip to?
Virginia.
Okay.
That's a 9-hour fucking trip. And then not to mention on the way up, she was driving, because I normally do the driving. She was driving, and it's not her fault. She hit something and blew a tire.
Damn.
She didn't see it, like a vehicle switched lanes and she didn't see it. And it hit the tire and blew the sidewall, so it wasn't no salvaging that. So it added 2 extra hours on
the trip.
Luckily, it was just 2.
But I'm glad y'all are okay because it's a lot going on out here in these streets. So
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all safe, and I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
Wow.
thank you.
Condolences
What's
to
up,
the
brother?
family.
How was yours?
Yeah.
I've had a good time, man. This weekend was cool. Chilled out. Not a lot got done. Well, that's not true. Like,
Was you on the couch?
Saturday is what I call like my errand day.
Okay.
All right.
I run a lot of errands on Saturday. I try to start as late as possible this weekend because I know when I get out, I'm not going to get back till late. So I don't want to feel like I worked on Saturday and I was only off on Sunday. So, but
I see what you're saying.
I'm
Mind trick.
and it's the NBA playoffs going on right now. It's a great time to be a man who loves basketball.
Memphis Grizzlies.
You know what's funny?
Whole rock.
I love b-ball. Grew up watching b-ball. I'm now a real football fan, but I grew up watching b-ball. I won't watch it or have not watched a lot of the playoffs because I have to watch it on the 3rd floor in my house, and I refuse to go the fuck up there. That's they're lazy.
Lazy.
I was like, I told my wife before Sunday here, I was like, Giannis and them are playing. I want to see that game and be good with Boston. She was like, yeah, what time is this game? I don't fucking know. I ain't going up there.
Petty.
He's not a real fan.
No, I am. I really am. I watch the shit out of clips.
I literally I pick days where I watch at home. I pick
Okay.
days where I go to the bar.
Bro,
Who's y'all team?
hold on. We had our meeting so he could watch Brooklyn play when we did that meeting at that one restaurant.
I do remember that.
You didn't get done. It did.
It did.
Brooklyn won, and it
Hey, you know what?
Who's your team?
We ain't got to worry about that nigga playing no more.
and Brooklyn got put out already.
Hell yes.
Who's your team?
I'm a LeBron fan, so whoever he
Okay.
played for.
Well, they didn't go to the playoffs. Sorry to hear.
All right,
didn't.
you in our business.
And hey, he played.
Oh, I am.
His man played the extra 4 games, so we good.
Oh, that's the actual round. That goes on your resume. Like you either made it to the playoffs or you didn't.
Which looks worse? Nah, the first round knockout.
You know. Someone asked me that question. I had an easy answer for you. LeBron's team, my team Brooklyn was put together because, and everybody thought that they would win the whole thing.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
I only think LeBron's situation looks worse. I think they were picked to be number 2 or something like that.
Behind y'all team.
Because LeBron's team, at the end of the year, they all were there. Like, they weren't missing any players.
Yeah.
We actually didn't have the same team at the end of the year that we started the year with. You can say what you want, but if you start out with KD, Kyrie, and James Harden, and then you only have KD and Kyrie at the end, there's no James Harden.
Nigga, y'all got Ben Simmons? I mean, he's holding down the chair.
Let's say we have Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons wasn't available to play. All of your players were available to play. You just did not make the playoffs at all. That's why I think it's worse. That's
all
just
good,
my
man.
personal opinion. On to other things in the wild news of entertainment. I came here today and I was going to start with Meg, but I was like, I'm not going to do that today. Today, I want to talk about...
No, let's beat the shit out of Gigi. What's wrong with Meg? No,
I want to talk about Blac Chyna.
I'd rather talk about fucking Meg.
talk about-
I'd rather fucking talk about Meg. I'm just being honest.
I love Blac Chyna though. Don't get it twisted.
We'll get to Meg.
But it's just a lot to that situation.
But yeah, man, it's so weird.
It's
man.
very weird.
Like, from what I know, just off the top of the dome, Blac Chyna was suing the Kardashians as a family, and there were several people named in the lawsuit outside of Kim Kardashian, but she was there. She was suing for $140 million, and 109, I think it was 109 or something like that for some reason, and then $109 million was for the fact that she said that they caused her show to go away.
Get canceled, exactly.
Get canceled. And then the 31 was for pain and suffering, like you get when you're in a car accident. Like, whatever. Okay.
She petty.
She was suing for $140 million. And for me, I don't know what I thought. I thought maybe she had a case. Just me guessing. Because for me, like, if you're gearing up to sue billionaires, you kind of have your...
You need to have your shit together.
Your T's crossed
you need to have
and
your
your
shit together,
I's dotted.
period.
Like, I would assume that. Cause they're billionaires
and they don't
by
play.
themselves. Not even all together. They're all together billionaires. But some of them by themselves are billionaires.
Yeah.
At least two of them.
So if that's who you're going to sue, I'm thinking that you have like some paperwork that shows or some evidence that shows you have a case. And I'm thinking as an attorney, you would take a case thinking that this woman clearly has a case. Fine.
Right.
She walked into the situation, and I'm like, okay, well, we'll let it play out. It's a closed courtroom, so there won't be any media inside the courtroom.
Which sucks.
I wish it was,
I wanted to be there.
I wish it was like outside for everybody to see,
Man,
but it's
listen.
not. And the case basically started. Let me go back to the beginning right quick, and then we're gonna run through it real fast. And I may miss some points, but Kris Jenner initially testified and basically said that Blac Chyna threatened to kill Kylie Jenner. The next day,
Oh my God.
Blac Chyna testified that she hasn't filed her taxes since 2015. While she admitted that she's made over $2 million for the last 3 years, she also testified that she does not have a bank account.
She living life like me. What up, sus?
Okay, IRS.
All right, first of all, we both know you ain't living like that. I ain't talking about the $2 million. I'm talking about the no bank account.
The third,
I got a bank account.
Exactly.
But I still live dirty. Go ahead.
Nigga, please.
It wasn't the third day, but at some point, Rob Kardashian came in. This was later on down the line, maybe in the second week. He claimed that she held the gun to his head several times in his explosive testimony. I do know that Corey Gamble, who's Kris Jenner's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Shout out to a guy from Georgia.
Oh,
Atlanta,
my
Georgia.
He's still in there? He's still getting it?
Still in there.
Oh, shit.
You
City
know.
Boys.
Chris is winning. City Boy is up 1,000 again.
City Boys have $1 million with that nigga. But anyway,
Yes, sir.
he testified that he said it before Rob had said it, but he said he's basically been there and seen Blac Chyna hit Rob with a cord, like a phone cord. And he actually said he stepped in the way to stop her from doing it, and he actually was hit with the cord by her. Rob testifies that she was on drugs. And then I think Kylie got on the stand at some point. Kylie did get on the stand at some point, they reported. And she stated that she was told when she dated, what's his name?
Tiger.
She was told by him that I think he has like knife wounds, like a puncture
like she
wound,
slashed him.
on
Allegedly.
his arm from Blac Chyna. So I'm looking at this case and I'm thinking it from it for a more of a funny side. Like as a judge, let's say you're a judge, man, woman, you're probably white. I don't know, maybe Asian. I don't know. Maybe even if you're black, you don't know any of these people in this situation. You know the Kardashians. You may have heard of Blac Chyna before if you follow it, but if you don't, you may not particularly know who
them.
Angela. And I don't know her last name. I know her first name is Angela, but you may not particularly know who she is. So you're knowing that she's suing them, and you're trying to figure out the facts in the case.
Yes.
And the jury's there, and they're sitting, and they're not supposed to know anything about it. And you hear this, and you're just like, in the first 3 days of testimony, you've heard 3 crimes that have been committed by the person who's actually.
Oh my God!
And don't mind, we're in like civil court. We're not in criminal court.
Exactly.
We're in civil court. So I'm like, okay,
It's not looking good.
that was a crime. No, and I think the first particular day was when they testified that she had pulled a gun on Rob before.
Yes. That's what I'm about to say. She put a gun out on Rob. That was one of
and
the...
she said that she was joking.
Because Rob said it. Didn't Rob testify that she pulled a gun out on him
But Rob
before?
didn't show up to court till the second week. This was the initial time when they said it. And she actually basically admitted it, but she said that she was joking. That's one of those lies I probably would have just lied.
I wouldn't admit it.
I wouldn't admit that. I'd be like, no, I didn't.
I would never.
That would have been
Your
my word
Honor.
against his.
Your
'Cause for
Honor.
me, she did that the first day, and the second day she basically lied. I mean, she told that she hadn't filed her taxes in 7 years.
Wow.
And for me, that's an IRS situation.
Yes.
And for all
just
those
not looking good.
people out there who
Good.
never paid taxes or you don't currently have a job, so you may not know what that's about. If the IRS thinks you have any kind of money, they're coming to see you. Like that particular story coming out told me she's got a different problem when this case is over.
Yes.
She has a whole different problem.
Yes.
Because if they heard it and it was public news, they're gonna look into that. Like someone in their office has been told, you need to go figure out what's going on
that?
over there. Like,
Yeah.
Bro.
what's her name?
I can tell y'all from my point of view,
Yeah.
like me and my wife, we would go years without necessarily rushing to pay taxes because it wasn't paying taxes. It was a file to maybe break even. And this is on way less income than $2 million.
Okay.
And we still get hit with back taxes and, not back taxes, but charges,
Yes.
late fees and stuff like that. And that's on way less money. Do you know the amount of fucking interest she's gonna have to pay on $2 million fucking dollars a year?
What I gather from that though is if she's willing to admit that she made $2 million a year for the last 3 years, she's probably made more than that.
They finna
If she's willing
break
to
her ass
admit
down.
that, she's probably made more than that. I will say, you're talking about the interest. It's bigger than that because when that's called tax evasion.
Evasion.
Yes.
And when tax evasion is one of those things where it's like, okay, yeah, you owe us money, but you also are gonna get jail time. Like
Jesus.
even if you have the money to pay,
Right.
there's jail time that still goes along with it.
Wow.
That's just how it works. It is. Ask
Fat Joe.
happened to Fat Joe. I think it happened to Ja Rule.
Wesley
I wanna
Snipes.
say.
Damn.
Lil Wayne almost got caught up. Wesley
Damn.
Snipes actually went to jail.
J.O. behind that shit before coming to America
I don't
too.
know how Lil Wayne evaded it. I can't remember. I don't know how
He probably was facing like one of those gun charges at the time, and it kind of got wrapped up, and it was like, "Fuck, he going to jail, so just take care of the money."
But yeah, so it's a serious crime. The IRS don't play about their bread. I didn't understand the no bank account part because people know that she has OnlyFans, and for me, it's like, what is
On
your
her
money?
Cash App.
What is your money? Oh,
On her chime.
Yeah, but here that's a bank account.
where does your money go if you don't? And if it's on your Cash App, Cash App
Right.
knows. Like,
Now.
that's reported to the IRS.
Now.
Huh?
Now.
But
They're cracking down now. Cash App been
Oh,
around
no.
for a minute, and it used to be real frugal on there. Now everybody cracking the hell down. Apartments cracking down. Everybody cracking down
I do
on the
know
fraud.
that the first week she was in court, she stated that she basically was in tears when about the whole situation where Rob put her naked pictures out there.
Yes.
And for me,
You
I'm
fucking
like,
serious? You a stripper?
I can't really. No,
Stop.
I don't even want to go
Stop
there.
it
with
right there.
I don't even want to go to your
Stop
stripper
it.
party.
But it makes. But hold on, you can't say I'm embarrassed by showing pictures.
Stop
And we
it
ain't
right
talking about when she's like 50 and versus when she
Stop
was
it
20.
right there.
We talking about within the span of 10 years.
Stop it right
No,
there. I'm trying to
I
save you,
won't
Julio.
even-
Stop it right there.
No, not even that. I won't even point towards that. Blac Chyna's done porn.
Yes.
Come on, this shit don't get
If
better.
you've done porn and you're okay with porn being out there, it's probably a little bit difficult to get the sympathy that you probably deserve under normal
Yep.
circumstances.
Like Pamela Anderson.
If people know that you've done porn before and you've openly done it and know that it's out there on the internet for people to see. Then she went on later in the case
But
and
to
said,
still share anything without my permission, it's a no-no.
I agree with that part.
If I'm butt ass naked every day.
He looked corny when he did that thing when that came out.
It's intimate. This is not that. You got me fucked up.
Yeah,
But
he
continue.
looked corny when he did that.
Yeah,
but
that's corny as
as
hell.
far as her on the stand, she's trying to get sympathy points, and man,
it's gonna be a little bit difficult to get sympathy from that. But what came on later, and we gotta wrap this up right quick before we get to the next segment. What came of that is the first thing is they basically absolved Kim of being part of the trial. They said that her name was not even mentioned in it, so she should not have to be there.
Gone Kim.
So she's free of those. Of that
Gone
lawsuit.
Kim. But her and Chyna used to be friends, so she probably like, bye Kim, get out of this. I'm going for your family.
Yeah, it's not
I'm
looking.
going for
It's
the
not
big
looking
dogs.
too well. I think she stepped in this. And I think she had people backing her just off the fact that she was a woman, probably
Yes.
her being a black woman, and people.
And I do think it's
will
more
root
to
for
the
that.
story. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more to the story. They did probably take her means of making money from taking the show
Well,
away and
she-
different things.
Did you see that whack ass show?
I think
She
so.
was
You can
only
call it whack,
speaking-
but
she
it
was
must have been
speaking of
something.
the show Rob and Chyna. It did have 6 episodes. I saw all 6, and I knew that when I watched them, it wouldn't be a second season because they were in a Range Rover and in the like they were riding down the street and they were talking. Rob was going through a really, really bad time at this time.
He
Like as
was.
far as his self-esteem, he had a lot of personal issues.
Depression.
And I remember at the time, like she put her hands on him inside the truck, and I was like, yeah, "That's not gonna go well. Not for the kind of television they're doing. Not with his mom being the producer or executive
Right.
producer. That's not gonna work." And I do remember if you only get 6 episodes and then you just stop. That's not a good sign for getting another season. It's just not. And then it came out, I think, yesterday that her former agent basically said, her former attorney said that she was never given an email that stated that greenlit a second season. He said that's a lie. So it doesn't look like it's shaping up for her. It is what it is. But coming up,
Damn,
we're going to
Cha-Cha.
talk about Megan Thee Stallion. Coming up, we are back.
All right.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Meg.
Everybody's been following that. Gigi's her number one fan.
Body yaddy 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 yaddy.
See, there you go.
Yaddy 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 yaddy.
Her case with Tory Lanez, which derived from 2 years ago. Everybody knows about it, but for those of you who have been under a rock, Meg and Tory were hanging out with Kylie Jenner in the Hollywood Hills. I'm
Oh, don't
guessing.
leave out the little friend,
Who?
Kelsey.
Well, nobody really.
Damn, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2020.
2020 during the
Years ago.
pandemic.
That's why it's.
I thought it was when we first started, but all right.
it was. odd that
kinda was.
It was
case
after.
is-
I mean, before. I'm
It was
sorry.
way before.
It was
that.
was way
before,
before that.
but it was around the time.
And we know that the whole, like, Tory's been in trouble recently because he's mentioned Meg and different things that he'd been doing, whether it was music. And Meg's attorney had a gag order put on Tory. The gag order was basically something that they felt like Tory had violated. So they arrested him. He had to pay about $350,000 to get out of jail.
Popping up to events where I made all kinds of shit. You ain't supposed to be around me.
So...
What you mean, Rolling Loud?
And maybe a couple of weeks later, what happens? Gayle King.
Yes.
Meg Thee Stallion does an interview with Gayle King last week or the week before last, whichever one it was. And it was very interesting.
You know she lying, right?
It led to me
She
to
lied
ask-
about fucking him, but I lied about that too. Shit.
Why?
Continue.
It's shit that can be proven.
I
get
lied
there.
about that.
We'll
Fuck
get
that.
there. It was interesting for me that she did the interview just because there was a gag order where Tory could not talk. During the interview, she stated that she made it seem like she hadn't talked and she hadn't said anything up until now. And the moment she decides to speak, everybody got a problem with it. That's not true. Meg's been on her live several different times in this past 2 years,
Yeah,
talking about this case.
It's different. An interview is different than a damn me going live. Period.
No, it's not true.
It is to me.
If you're talking
levels.
to your fan base,
It's levels.
what's the difference? Like
levels.
you've spoken. Like a lot of people are waiting to hear what Tory has. Like they want him to speak on it, and they want him to come out like no music, no nothing. Everybody wants them to just get out there and say what
say it.
happens, and that's it. Like and to get on your live and be able to speak freely, or get on with Gayle King and speak freely was something that she was able to do. Now I'm not an attorney. I've known a few. I've never, thank God, been in a situation where I've needed an attorney. But I will tell you, just from watching a lot of shit on TV and just listening to people speak, and I've spoken to some attorneys about it since then, nobody would advise you to get on television, on a live television show, and speak on a case that you are currently in and you have yet to go to court for, but you're going to court. So for me, there has to be some reason she felt free to speak on this situation and got up there and talked about it. And the conclusion I came to, and y'all can tell me y'all's when I finish mine, but the conclusion I came to is maybe the case is not going according to plan as you thought it would. Some of the things that she said in the interview, I think she wanted to be believable. Like one of the biggest things for me, because if you lie, like if someone asks you a question on TV and you lie, but you're on trial and you're supposedly be telling the truth, it's hard for people to believe anything if they think you're lying about small shit. Like Gail asked her, "Have you and Tori ever been intimate?" Her response to Gail was basically, and she paused for a second. "What do you mean, having sex?" No. What do you think intimacy means? Yes.
You need to clarify.
Maybe it
you
can
need to
mean,
clarify,
and
Alex.
that's fine.
Because having sex and giving head and getting head
you want to
may be
clarify,
different for
fine.
people.
Yes, we're talking about sex. Her response was,
Let me think how to answer this one. We didn't do anal.
She said, no, Gail.
No, we haven't. And for me, I
That's
just want to
right.
know from Gigi. In
Y'all
your
know.
heart, in your heart of hearts, and I don't want to care. I don't care why you think it.
I stand with
Do
Meg.
you really think she was telling the truth when she said no, they had never had sex? No, you don't.
If you don't come, it don't count.
That's what I'm talking about. See that shit?
You mean her or him?
When you don't come, it does not count.
So Gigi actually is the biggest Meg fan I know.
Damn, nigga.
Gigi even thinks she's lying. Gigi actually knows she's lying.
Even if she's lying, girl, I deny that too.
No.
Shit.
No, bro.
Nigga,
First of all,
I done took the rap for you. I done lied for you to try to protect you, nigga. You gonna act like this?
you don't do an interview because they're gonna bring that shit up in court.
Yeah.
They're literally gonna hold the shit up in court. Then they're gonna ask you a seasoned attorney be like, so what is your definition of intimacy? And then they're gonna go into what.
And then in that courtroom is when it need to get disclosed. I don't blame
It's hard-
her
I
for
don't-
not
bro.
wanting
I
to
don't think
disclose
she's
that in the
taking a
Gail interview.
stand. I don't think she's taking a stand.
And she may not. We don't know. But I can't wait for the details to unravel. That's all. I cannot wait for due process.
Actually, she got to because
That's what I'm waiting
he's
for.
the one that don't. The fifth, I think the fifth would apply to him in this situation. You know what? Hold on. This is civil. This is civil court, right?
I don't know. But I'm
No.
ready for it to. I'm ready
It's
to hear the verdict.
criminal?
I'm
Yeah.
ready for the verdict. This shit.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, he won't be taking the thing, but her attorney can call. His attorney can call her to the stands, and he's gonna fucking crucify her.
But
But my
that's-
biggest. Go ahead. Yeah.
I would say this. I would hope there's not a text message out there that confirms the fact that they've had sex. I don't care what it is.
There's gonna be some pictures.
People pillow talk all the time.
Okay.
I hope there's no concrete evidence. I hope
Just
there
like
is.
it's concrete evidence that her best friend texts Megan shot Tori, but everybody want to act dumb as fuck.
Oh, let me.
Next.
I'm glad she brought that up.
Yeah.
When
Next.
did that text message come in?
I don't know, but we'll find out in court.
no,
and
no.
I can't wait. I just cannot.
Because you
I'm
do-
like everybody else. We just cannot wait for these details to unravel
You do
right
know-
before us. Because even after that interview, a lot of people that was so, oh, Megan, I know the truth. I know. It's kind of taking some steps back. Yeah, y'all all gonna have to take some steps back
me
and
ask
let
you
this
this.
shit play out in court.
So
period.
at some point, Megan said, right after it happened, Megan said her phone was dead that night. So when did this text message
It
get
wasn't
sent?
Megan that text.
Huh?
It was Kelsey.
No. Megan said that Kelsey texted her phone that night, right after that, and said that to her. I'm saying to you, if Meg's phone was dead, when did she see that text
Yo,
message?
it ain't nothing to get a charge, baby. I mean, come on, y'all. We arguing about some minute, weird details and shit.
Because
It's about to unravel, and I can't wait.
Megan and Kelsey speak?
No, you want to
They
know
don't?
why?
Huh?
Probably over Tori and so much other the inside stuff that we really want to know that no one's disclosing.
I have one last question.
That's what we want to know.
I have one last question.
The world wants to know.
I have one last question.
Yes.
Megan said that fight was about the fact that she wanted to leave and everybody else
Didn't.
wanted to stay. Do you think that's true?
I don't know.
I think he
think
was
it's more
hitting
to
on
it.
Kylie and she was getting pissed.
I think it's more to it. I think
Because
y'all don't want to
here it goes.
because I'm fucked up.
I think he
They
looked
all
at
fucking-
that WAP video and was like,
I
man,
think they all was fucking because if you look at the live, Kylie, Megan, and Tori was extra friendly. But I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Well, the story that floats around the industry, which is why a lot of people who were not fucking with Tori initially when this happened, because they were like basically believing her. Mm-hmm. At some point, people have gotten off that train, which is why you see Tori running around with a bunch of different rappers, and they seem to all be okay with him now. Because the story is now a lot of people do not believe her. Even in
And
her
that
own
is so
camp.
unfortunate when
And
something traumatic happens to somebody.
But then they're saying
It's unfortunate.
They're saying that they were at Kylie's house kicking it,
Mm-hmm.
and he was basically flirting with Kylie. Mm-hmm. And this is all allegedly, but he was flirting with Kylie. Meg got an attitude, and that's what started the whole problem.
And guess what? It still don't warrant you getting shot in your motherfucking feet.
It does not warrant.
I don't
you
give
getting
a
shot.
fuck if
It
I'm
does
mad
not.
at
Oh, no.
give me a water.
I'm not condoning
Don't you
any.
shoot me.
I'm not condoning any of that, but
Let me ask you
Period.
this though.
I hate that she's becoming a victim in this whole process when everybody just fall back and let it roll out and let it do what it do and let it be what it's going. I cannot wait. That's
If Tori
it.
shot her, though,
I'm done talking
how's
about
there
it.
no gun residue on him?
Because guess what? Without the gun, no gun residue, guess what? It still doesn't make it inconclusive. So we have to wait. Y'all have to wait on the details.
No,
That's what I'm
we
trying to
do.
say.
Hold on.
Y'all take one little thing.
hold on. Hold. Let me ask you a question.
Ain't no
Let
telling.
me ask you a question.
Ain't
Did
no
they do his hands that night?
I don't know.
If they did his hands that night, like right after he got out that SUV, and there is no gun residue on
We don't
his
know.
hands,
No, he was
don't
arrested
know.
that night because it was on a separate gun charge.
Mm-hmm.
So he was arrested that night. He wasn't arrested for what she's charging him for.
oh, well then they would have had free reign to get to him for you can wash your hands with water and soap. I believe gun residue would still show.
yeah,
Yeah.
it will.
Um,
Not
so-
with bleach.
It shows up for a
Not with
couple of
bleach.
days.
Because
Don't
here
ask me
goes.
Nothing. Not with bleach.
But
But go ahead. Continue.
I'm sorry, you're not just gonna skip
Continue.
past that. Don't ask me shit like you just ain't drop a dime in here.
What I Googled. That's
Like-
what I Googled on Google.
No, but he never made it from that
Google.
crime scene. He got arrested that night.
But here goes.
Yeah.
If that's the case,
We
and they
gonna
didn't
see.
find gun residue on his hands,
But you the only nigga with a gun, and
He
she
actually-
definitely got bullets in her foot.
well,
Make
here
it
goes.
make sense.
Let me ask you this, because
Make it make
hey, here
total
goes.
sense.
Because famous people have done dumber shit. Is it possible that she grabbed a bitch, shot into the floor, and didn't pay attention where she was shooting?
All right, and that's the end of the CO issue.
No, I will say,
saying, bro.
Next.
from what the story when they reported it, he didn't have a shirt. Like it was a pool party. Mm-hmm. He didn't have a shirt on. So when he got arrested, he was like they actually checked him that particular night because he was being arrested on a separate, like it was a gun charge. It ain't have nothing to do with shooting nobody, but it was a gun charge
So from something totally
that
different.
particular night.
Okay.
So when he was checked for residue, that's what they're talking about. Like they have the results from it. And it's been reported that there's no gun residue on him. Now I spoke to some people that said, if you shot a gun and definitely with your shirt off,
It'd be all
there's
on him.
no way in hell you can get gun residue off you.
I just want
for
y'all to stay
days.
tuned because ain't no way
No,
in hell she got bullets in her feet from the heavens above.
I also want to
Know
stay
that.
tuned. And I want to know the outcome.
Know that.
But hey, Kelsey was with him, right?
Yeah.
You think it's possible?
Why
We'll
do
see.
you think they're not friends anymore?
We'll see. We just have to wait and see.
He's asking you your opinion on why you think
Y'all
they're not
know
friends.
why I think they not
Why?
friends.
Ma'am, I don't.
Tory.
They
Bitches
was
fall
sleeping
out
together?
over niggas and money.
So,
There's nothing-
so a short nigga with a toupee, y'all fell out
Especially
over.
Black woman. I can't speak for all races, but as a black woman, we gonna follow 2-3 things. Either you stole from me, disrespected me some type of way, you done fuck my nigga, ding, ding, or some money.
How's the relationship with Party?
What you mean?
Her
How's that
boyfriend.
going?
I don't know. I think they happy. She's smiling and shit. So go on,
Let me
Megan.
give you some news right quick.
Oh yeah, please drop that.
That relationship is over.
And that's good. Who cares? Who the fuck is partying?
no, that was her boyfriend. What are you talking
He was
about?
about to fight that nigga.
What I'm saying is
But
next,
all
y'all.
of that,
Come on,
all
who
of
gives
that.
a damn?
No, it's not next.
Megan
It's-
got the key to the city. Let's report that. Megan got the key to the city today.
Houston?
Megan.
Yes, in Houston.
Dope.
Megan got the key to the city in Houston.
Does that bitch open the jail cell?
No.
You know what?
Ashanti got her Hollywood Walk of Fame
All right.
Yes.
a couple of, like a month ago.
All right, so I'm a fan of Ashanti, but I'm gonna be honest. Her body of work says she should not have what I believe the star adds up to.
Cut his microphone off.
Why? It's a true statement.
It ain't about her music.
I said body of work.
She's been writing her ass off for the J-Lo's and the Santanas and whoever. That bitch is a writer. So
that means,
y'all better give her some credit.
So that means Carrie Hilson should have one.
Yes, most definitely. Carrie Hilson got hits on hits on hits.
Then that means Neo should have been fucking had one. I don't know if he got one or not, but he should
have been had one, of course.
But
so
my understanding, what somebody told me was, you could pay the right person and get a star, and based on
and you can because you still gotta pay for a star.
Based on what I understand her body of work to be, she's not there yet. I'm not saying she don't have the talent for it, because I'm an Ashanti fan.
That's your opinion. She got hit.
You're right.
The Hollywood Walk of Fame, getting that is really about relationships. See? That's what it's about. Like, if you have the right relationships, they'll give you the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You got to pay $40,000 for it.
Yeah.
But it's really about who you know. It's not really about the work you've done.
Like Khaled, he deserves it. That body of work, without even questioning it, it's there. But Ashanti, just as somebody who follows her, I don't see it.
Ashanti's up there. She was a game changer in her time.
Really?
What would I be without you?
To this day, what was that first song she dropped?
First of all, how you gonna be so on the Ashanti man can't get that fact?
Y'all know I got amnesia. Come on, y'all know I forget my damn nigga name. But the thing is, that song by itself.
What's your nigga name?
Come on, baby. Come on.
But prayers to the young lady, 30 years old, who was helping her friend out in a domestic violence situation.
That's horrible.
The guy is still on the loose from what they reported, and this young lady was a mother of 6 children.
Lord.
Prayers to her.
Yes.
Domestic violence is difficult. It's one of those things that, like, a lot of people don't speak on a lot. And men go through it just as much as, not just as much, but men go through it just like women go through it. Men are just shamed for it. So speaking out on it is difficult, but it's crazy, man. Like,
that's real.
I was watching like a cop special one time, and they talked about how domestic violence leads to more deaths than any other crime that they like respond to, as far as
cops have a hell of a high rate of domestic violence.
Yeah.
Like, real talk. But yeah, I've seen grown men get slapped by women, and women keep going at them once they hit them, and I'm like, he don't want to hit you, man. Back the fuck up. Like, and then when the dude cocked back after being hit so many times and fucking slaps some sense into you, oh, he's the bad guy. He should have walked away. Yeah. No, stop touching. Like, who taught you it's cool to touch people?
It ain't cool to touch people, but that's when you call the cops. That's when you remove yourself.
So let me get this right. I'm supposed to get the shit beat out of me, then call the cops.
To remove yourself. Girl, you crazy. I'm gone. You want to act like this? When you tighten up, whatever you need to get yourself together, I'm gone. Just like as a woman, I'm going to remove myself. If a man acting crazy or even showing little warning signs, I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge. Throw a hookah if you want to, nigga. You know I'm gone.
Well, I'm not
belittling what women go through. I'm just telling you what I see happen.
Yeah.
I would say don't
just
put your hands
yourself
on me. I won't put my hands on you. I'm just going to be honest. You keep your hands on yourself, I keep my hands on myself. But I ain't going to lie,
it's a certain standard, because it's like, at the end of the day, a woman still, and it ain't right to put their hands on a man. But if she does, my slap has nothing on CO slap. My slap has nothing on
Hold on. You hold on. First of all, you can't tell me how I feel. You would love to think that I'm not going to feel the slap from Gigi the way you're going to feel from me. I would love to think that. I'm pretty sure you're right.
Damage. Y'all already know. I'm not here physically. This is physics here. It's a difference.
Well, my reaction would slap you back alone. So it's not really me. It's really just my immediate reaction.
But a man hitting a woman, period. Come on, man.
Yeah.
My little slap ain't shit.
Hold on. Now, you know what? I'm not even going to go there. That's irresponsible and ignorant. I'm not even going to go there. I'm not going to go there because I don't condone it in any shape, form, or fashion.
I don't condone it either. I would never want to just walk up to a man and slap a man. That's my least resort. It should never, ever get to that point that I want to disrespect a person and put my hands on them. But I'm just saying, from the outside looking in, just from what all we know.
Hands on a man.
No, I'm saying.
What if he's telling jokes about you on the stage?
Than a man slap.
What if he's telling jokes about you on the stage?
I even feel if Jada slapped Chris, it wouldn't have been a big debacle.
You know what? That T.I. shit got me feeling like that shit, that whole statement, that's why I stand behind what I stand behind, because now Tip is mad, a female comedian is making jokes about him. Here it goes, bro. First of all, you're trying to step into comedian reign.
Yes.
If it was a real motherfucking pro on that stage, like a motherfucking what's his name, used to be on fucking the shit come Saturday Night Live, Mad TV, the black dude, the one who's always angry. He's an old comic, black dude. He would like them old comic. They will whoop your ass with just words. He's mad because this young lady did what all comics do. They found a funny topic.
Yeah.
Well, not a funny topic, a topic, and made a funny way to talk about it. And now you're in your feeling. Mind you, I'm a Tip fan, but bro, you can't step into the comedy ring and get mad when somebody makes jokes about your situation. That's the way the shit goes.
But also be careful with you.
No, that's not the way that art. That it's an art form.
He looked like he wanted to put hands.
He wanted to put hands on her, and he realized he on camera.
Writing checks that ass can't cash.
Nah,
And
bro,
I'm glad he didn't touch it. but
can't. He bullied that girl.
All
He
I'm gonna say
leaned
is
on
it
her
goes
ass.
both
He
ways.
bullied that girl.
It goes both ways, just like social media, just with anything you say, even like how I say, what we say here on the spot, you have to watch what you say. I mean, that's
Not
just
me.
what it is. You can say that all day, but somebody
Hey,
can come back.
I know we look like we the same size.
Not me.
That nigga
will
6'6".
cancel your ass.
That's a different whole fucking human being getting out this chair.
That's the word.
I stop here, that nigga stop somewhere up here. But yeah, that
I'm not gonna say that somebody couldn't like approach me one day about something I
Yeah,
said.
like damn, CO for real, that was fucked up. A motherfucker might address
but
you on
it's
something
all
that you
about
said.
how you
Can't get
approach.
okay with
mad.
that though. I'm usually open to that.
See,
Like,
that's what
His face don't say he be open to it,
It's
y'all.
like
I
the
did-
Chris Rocks and everybody,
Bro,
they ain't open to that.
I did security, bro, for years when I was in college and coming out of college. So I've always been open to the tussle. Like, let's go. I'm always open to that, bro. Like, use your hands, not your words. Let's go, bro. I'm not mad at that. Anyway, but
This is a fine line.
you do have to watch the things you say. But
Especially
you
in the city
also,
you in.
I think as people, we live in a very sensitive
Thank
time
you.
in society.
Way too
like
sensitive.
you can't be so sensitive. You can't. I mean, you can, but it's like, are you really willing to give up your livelihood because you were too sensitive one night? Like, come on, bro. Like, let's be real. It's just as long as nobody put their hands on you or basically disrespects you or challenges you as a man. Because nothing Chris Rock said challenged Will as a man. If it would have, he wouldn't have laughed when he heard it. Like, he laughed when he heard it, so clearly he thought it was funny. He just took pressure and his whole he needs healing, bro. Like the one thing Jada did say correctly later on, and I thought she was really being funny because it sounds funny when she says it. We just need healing. Will needs some healing. Like
We can't take it
you
serious
know,
out of her mouth.
I can't take it from her, but she like it's legit. He really does.
real.
Like he needs to see.
He
a
needs
therapist.
therapy.
It's real.
And she does too. Like they need to see. They need to go to couples
and
therapy.
everyone does. Fuck that.
No, we do.
Everybody does.
Oh, I do.
Everybody needs
Hey,
therapy
I'm
around
with
this
you on that.
motherfucker.
Funny enough, I've had these conversations with my wife. I don't see the issue, but
Yeah.
I feel like I need it, but can't point out why I need it.
Well, I only know that he needs it because I get it, and I go probably a couple of times a month, and I can point to some of the things he did and some of the things she did, like to get him to where he got to. And like the sad part is, people will look at him and be like, "Well, he did it," but he did it because he felt like he was taking up for his wife.
Yeah, for sure.
And she's caught a lot of blame. She's caught more blame than I actually thought she would from women. I was actually pretty shocked, but she should have. Like, she definitely should have. Like, bro, hold your nigga down. Like, that nigga was trying to hold you down, and he did it in an incorrect way, and he basically pissed away his next 10 years on being able to receive any type of, like, high award for doing his work. Like, he's rich. Yeah, clearly. He's rich. Samuel L's rich. What's his name that was there with him that night?
Tyler Perry,
No, the other guy.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, Denzel.
Oh, Denzel.
Denzel's stupid rich, but that's the highest award you could receive for your work. Outside of money, that's the highest award
at this
you
point,
can receive.
He's
But-
not doing it for money. He's doing it for
yeah,
those accolades.
He's doing it for accolades.
He got the bag. The bag is secured the moment he signed up for the project.
He got his accolades.
But even like he has his production company and he will continue to make money. Like that whole
will be okay.
Bel Air show is his shit. So he will make money. I just think it sucks like that he has to like for the next 10 years and you have to like basically do the time if you did the crime.
Yeah.
But that's enough for the day. Gigi gonna ride that hill.
You know
You're
I
going
am.
down that
Gigi,
shit.
let her know what he'll
Say what
find
you
you
want.
on Instagram.
Hate me because you ain't me. Now, it's like, make sure y'all follow me
Uh-oh.
at JIGI_DNIRO, baby. I won't bite.
But she'll die on that fucking hill. You can find me at JULIOATL_. And you can find all of us at the CO Show podcast right here at the bottom of the screen. I don't think there's any more to it. I think that's it.
And you can find me at the.co.show. Again, that's at the.co.show. And that's our time for the day, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.